A semi-truck pulls up next to you and you glance over at the wheels, and something looks wrong. One of the tires is just hanging there, spinning in the air, not touching the ground at all. It's floating. Your brain does a double take. Is the truck broken? Should you warn the driver? Nope. That floating tire is doing exactly what it's designed to do. And the reason why is genius. Engineers deliberately designed certain axles to lift off the ground under specific conditions. It saves fuel, reduces tire wear, and actually makes the truck handle better in some situations. Sounds backwards, right? Let me explain this physics. Before I explain how lift axles work, you need to understand this isn't about saving money on tires, though that's a nice bonus. This is about weight distribution laws and road damage prevention. I'm going to show you 4 things. First, why too many tires touching the ground can actually get you a massive ticket. Second, the air suspension system that lifts and drops entire axles in seconds. Third, when drivers lift axles and when they drop them. Fourth, the one situation where a lifted axle can destroy a truck if you're not careful. Most people think all tires should always touch the ground. That makes sense for cars. For trucks, having the option to lift axles is what makes them legal to operate. Let's start with weight laws nobody thinks about. The weight law that changes everything. Here's the thing most people don't know. Every state has regulations about how much weight you can put on each axle, because concentrated weight destroys pavement. Spread that same weight across more axles and the road damage drops dramatically. A truck might be legal at 80,000 pounds total, but if you concentrate too much weight on too few axles, you're getting a ticket. So here's the problem. An empty truck with all axles down is spreading maybe 30,000 pounds across 6 or 7 axles. Each axle is barely carrying anything. You're legal, but you're wasting tire contact, creating unnecessary rolling resistance, and burning extra fuel. But load that same truck with 40,000 pounds of freight. Now you need all those axles down to distribute the weight legally. This is why lift axles exist. When you're light, lift them to reduce drag and tire wear. When you're heavy, drop them to stay legal and protect the road. It's not optional. It's required by law in most states. The floating tire isn't broken. It's proof the driver knows their weight and is adjusting for it. So how does a multi-ton axle lift off the ground? Each lift axle sits on heavy-duty rubber airbags, basically tough rubber bladders that inflate and deflate. When you pump air into these bags, they expand and push the axle housing upward. The suspension compresses, lifting the tire off the ground. Dump the air out. Gravity and the weight of the axle pull everything back down. The tire touches the pavement and starts carrying weight immediately. Here's the wild part. Drivers control this from inside the cab with a simple switch or button. Flip it one way, air fills the bags and the axle lifts. Flip it back, air releases and the axle drops. The whole process takes maybe 5 to 10 seconds. It's completely mechanical. No complex electronics. Just air pressure fighting against spring force and gravity. When drivers lift and drop, here's the decision process drivers go through constantly. Empty or lightly loaded? Lift the axle. You're not exceeding weight limits, so why drag extra tires on the pavement? You'll save fuel, reduce tire wear, and the truck actually handles slightly better without the extra rolling resistance. Fully loaded? Drop the axle. You need that weight distributed across more contact points to stay legal and avoid destroying the pavement and getting a massive fine. Approaching a weigh station? Drop the axle before you get there. If you roll onto the scale with an axle up and you're over the per axle limit, that's a citation and potentially getting shut down until you redistribute or remove cargo. Backing into a tight dock? Lift the rear axle. It reduces the turning radius slightly and makes maneuvering in tight spaces easier. Driving in snow or ice? This one's tricky. Some drivers lift axles to put more weight on the drive tires for better traction. Others keep them down for stability. It depends on the specific truck configuration. But here's where it gets dangerous. The danger nobody expects. Here's what can destroy your truck. Lifting an axle that's actually carrying significant weight. Remember, these axles aren't just decorative. When they're down, they're supporting thousands of pounds. If you lift an axle while it's loaded, all that weight instantly transfers to the remaining axles. If you miscalculate, and those other axles can't handle the sudden load increase, you can blow tires, damage suspension components, or even crack the frame. A mechanic showed me a truck that had lifted its rear axle while still loaded. The sudden weight transfer overloaded the drive axles, blew both tires on one side simultaneously, and the driver lost control. Tens of thousands in damage, all because someone hit the lift switch without thinking about weight distribution. The rule is simple. Know your weight before you touch that switch. Most modern trucks have onboard scales or load sensors that tell you exactly how much you're carrying. Ignore those numbers and you're gambling with physics, and physics always wins. The fuel economy math. Here's the part that makes fleet managers obsessed with lift axles. Fuel savings. Every tire touching the ground creates rolling resistance. More resistance means the engine works harder. Harder work means burning more fuel. Lift one axle, two tires on most configurations, and you reduce rolling resistance noticeably. Fleet data shows fuel economy improvements of 2 to 5% when running with lift axles up versus down on empty or light loads. That doesn't sound like much until you do the math. A truck averaging 6.5 miles per gallon versus 6.8 miles per gallon over 100,000 miles per year? That's roughly 600 gallons of diesel saved annually. At $4 per gallon, that's $2,400 saved per truck per year. Multiply that across a fleet of 200 trucks, and you're looking at nearly $500,000 in annual fuel savings, just from lifting axles when you don't need them. The floating tire isn't lazy, it's earning its keep by not working. The different types of lift axles. Not all lift axles are created equal. There are three main types. Tag axles, located behind the drive axles. These are most common on straight trucks and some tractors. They're called tag because they're literally tagged onto the rear. Pusher axles, located in front of the drive axles. These push from the front. Less common, but used on some heavy haul configurations. Steerable lift axles. These can actually turn with the steering. Rare, expensive, but they give you the tightest turning radius when down and maximum maneuverability when lifted. Most standard semi-trucks use tag axles. Simpler, cheaper, gets the job done. But regardless of type, they all serve the same purpose, giving drivers the flexibility to adjust their truck's footprint based on weight and conditions. Options are power. Lift axles give you options. Here's what's fascinating about lift axles. They're invisible technology most people never notice until someone points them out. You've probably driven past thousands of trucks with lifted axles and never consciously registered it. Your brain sees a truck tire not touching the ground and just doesn't process it. Too weird to be real, so it gets filtered out. But once you know what you're looking at, you can't unsee it. Every truck becomes a puzzle. Is it loaded or empty? Are they heading to a weigh station? Did the driver just optimize for fuel economy? That floating tire is telling a story if you know how to read it. And here's the crazy part. This technology has existed since the 1970s. Over 50 years of trucks with axles that lift and drop, and most people have no idea it's even a feature. It's not flashy. It doesn't have a brand name. It doesn't get advertised. It just quietly saves fuel, prevents road damage, keeps trucks legal, and reduces operating costs. The best engineering is often the kind nobody notices until someone explains it. So here's the truth about floating tires. They're not floating. They're lifted intentionally based on weight and road conditions. Next time you see a semi-truck with a tire hovering off the ground, you'll know exactly what's happening. The driver isn't broken down. They're not ignoring a problem. They're actively managing their truck's performance based on conditions. That floating tire is working hard by doing nothing. If you just learned something that changes how you see trucks on the road, hit that like button. Subscribe because I reveal the hidden engineering in everyday vehicles every week, the features you see but never understand. See you in the next one.